Hi guys, welcome to my channel Vinyl Beauty, or welcome back. I'm Debbie if you don't know me. So I'm super excited for this video. I'm going to be doing a palette bingo. It's been the longest time since I've done one. I can't even remember the last one that I did. That's how long ago it is, which is a shame because it's a great chance to revisit old palettes, get a little bit creative. Sometimes it's a challenge and it's quite fun for the viewer, I think, even if it isn't fun for the creator sometimes. So really looking forward to doing it. And it's going to be a bit of an ice cream theme, so hopefully we'll keep the sunshine shining in the UK. It keeps going in and out, so maybe we'll tempt it. So I'm going to be using 3 of the ice cream palettes or Sweet Shop palettes from BH. We've got the cherry on top, the pistachio and the bubblegum here. I'm going to choose 1 shade out of each of those and then 2 shades out of this palette from Glamlite, the ice cream palette, which I've never used. So really excited to dip into that as well. So it's going to be a really colourful look because we're guaranteed of that with the palettes that I'm using. And also, even more exciting than that, this video is in collaboration with Angelica Nyqvist. So I'm super thrilled to be doing it. I asked Angelica, wasn't sure she'd say yes. I mean, she's such a massive YouTuber compared to me, but she's such a sweetheart as well. And she's been talking about doing videos that are a little bit like not so favourite of the algorithm, should we say. You know, she does a lot of reviews and they're what make her money, of course, but these sort of videos she loves to do. And when I saw her say that, I was like, do you know what, I'm going to ask her if she'll do a collab with me because I'd love to do it. So she said yes, and here we are. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the collab that we're going to do as well, because we've got a little bit of a twist in the tail of this one just to make it a little bit more challenging, as if I wasn't nervous enough. So let's just jump straight into the video. So before we get into the challenge of the makeup itself, just wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about Angelica. I'm sure you all know her. She's the queen of colourful makeup. If you come to my channel and you don't know Angelica, then I'm very surprised. But if you have, just go there because she's got an amazing channel. She covers everything to do with makeup. So I focus on colourful makeup and indie makeup. She does new makeup releases. She does get ready with me's, commentary about makeup, rankings, hauls, you name it, she does it on her channel. So she's a one-stop shop for everything really. If there's only one channel to be subscribed to and you're into colourful makeup, I would say it's Angelica's. She's also got a vlog channel. She's amazing at vlogs. I love watching those. And I watch her mostly though because she's just so witty and funny and intelligent and just kind and genuine. And I think people watch creators for the person more so than anything else. So a little bit about me as well. So I first had an interaction with Angelica about 5 years ago when I sent her this picture. Yeah, don't all stop watching now. I promise I've gotten a bit better at makeup since then, but I'd never done a colourful look, believe it or not, at that point, and I knew Angelica loved blue eye shadow looks, and so I decided to do one and send it to her to see what she thought of it. Never expecting that she'd reply because it's the first time I'd ever DM'd anybody, and she replied and I was just thrilled to bits, and I was a fan ever since and I watched most of her videos. So you know, it's difficult to keep up with everything when you're creating as well, but I try to catch up with her as much as I possibly can because she's fantastic. So I'm Debbie, I'm from the UK, I'm 55. My channel isn't like Angelica's. I do this completely for fun. So it's just a hobby for me, and I'm a massive collector of eyeshadow, 350 palettes and counting, and been collecting for over 20 years. And I just adore makeup. I just enjoy it. So that's what my channel is about. Just showing my passion for makeup and interacting with you guys, and just showing that whatever your age, you can do whatever you want as well, because I almost was held back from starting a channel because I thought I'm too old to do it. And then I just thought, you know what, that's just rubbish. Do you know what? I love makeup. I'm going to do it. And it's the best decision I've ever made. So a lot of waffle because I like to chat, but let's get into the challenge. Well, we're going to do a palette bingo, as I say, so 1 shade out of each of these palettes. But I had an idea to make it a little bit more challenging, and luckily Angelica said, no, we won't do that because that'd be really hard, because I was said, let's just use 2 brushes and choose those bingo, but she said, no, let's use all of them. So she's got a brush brand, if you didn't know, called Singe Beauty. This is her brush set. There's 5 brushes. We've got 5 colours. So the rule is we're only allowed to use each brush once. So no dipping back into the brush to reblend or anything like that, just once. So we can use one for each colour essentially. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit tricky. But I'm going to use random.org to choose the shades. So I'm going to start with the Cherry on Top palette, which if you're not familiar with the Cherry on Top palette, this is the colours. My favourite of the bunch of these actually. So I've got the generator set at 1 to 8. Don't know how well you can see it there. And we've got number 8. Oh, I'm not mad about that. So number 8 is Sprinkles. This one here, so something nice and deep. That's a good start, hey? Next one up is the Pistachio palette. That's the shades for that one. Hoping we get something lighter now, or a shimmer. I've got number 6 this time. So number 6 is this one, Guilty Pleasure. And last of these is the Bubblegum palette, which I'm assuming will be Angelica's favourite, and it will be my least favourite because blue eyeshadow and I are not friends. But that's the colours in that one. And we have number 4. Oh, we've got Blueberry, which is a deep shimmer shade. So last up we've got this palette, which is the Ice Cream Dream from Glamlite. So we've got 30 shades in this one. So I've reset the generator 1 to 30. We've got number 18 and number 3. So number 18 is this green shimmer here called Birthday Cake, and we've also got Red Velvet up here, which is number 3. Okay, so that's our colour story all swatched out. I'm actually quite excited. I think that's a cool colour story. I think I can do something with that. Right, I've had a little think about it. I think I know what I'm going to do. I've primed my eyes with the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, and I'm ready to go. So I'm going to use Sprinkles first from the Cherry on Top palette, this one here, and put that in the outer corner. And I'm going to be using the EO5 for that. So I'm going to pack that in the outer corner. As I say, we're not allowed to go back into the brush again, so I've got to make sure that once I've packed this colour down, it's how I want it. So I'm really going to go quite heavy with this colour. Also want to take it a little bit onto the lower lash line. This isn't the ideal brush for that though. This is going to be quite a blown out lower lash line, I think. We didn't have any rules about whether we could add a wing or anything, so I might have to do my signature wing. Although no, I can't, because I can't use a brush, can I? I might have to do a pencil wing. I take rules very seriously. I'm going to do it how I've agreed to do it, you know? Alright, so I'm going to take this shade about halfway across my crease as well. And then we're going to be meeting it up with that minty green shade, which could be fun. They're not going to coexist very happily, are they? I always think these are great fun to watch as a viewer, just to see what people do with a colour story that they wouldn't never pick in a million years to do for themselves. I mean, I do pick some pretty random colours to go together anyway, because that's kind of the fun of it for me, but I probably wouldn't have chosen that light green to go in this look. But I'm happy I've got some deep colours. Is it mean of me to hope that Angelica had got a couple of neutrals out of that Ice Cream Dream palette? She'll do an amazing look whatever though. She can literally pull off anything. The hardest bit is going to be not being able to go back in and re-intensify a colour. So I'm really trying to make sure that I've packed the colour down and I've got it as far across as I want it to be as well, which is a fair way. This is tricky, not getting the shadow in your eye with a blending brush on the lower lash line. Not my favourite way to do it, but I want to use the two flutter brushes for the shimmers. Right, I think we're good. I'm just going to use this brush now with no additional product on it, just to fluff around the edges just a bit. As I say, I don't mind if this is blown out. If you've not been here before, I'm not known for subtlety in my looks. That's a beautiful colour. I don't know if I've ever used that one from this palette, which is the beauty of doing these palette bingos. Right, so that's the EO5 brush gone. Can't use that again. And that sprinkle's done. Next up, I'm going to go into number 3 out of here, which was Red Velvet. And I'm going to use the EO3. I'm a bit scared. This is a big blending brush for me. I don't really use brushes like this very much. So I'm only taking a very small amount of this shade just to take around the edges. This is probably going to end up a lot bigger of a look than I want it to. Well, that's working actually. So I'm all about the detailed like little brushes, but it's creating a really lovely blend actually. So with that shade I'm just going around the edges of that sprinkle shade that we started with. And we'll probably end up right up to my brows, I think, with this brush. Oh, help. How am I doing? I need to get this brush out of the way. As I say, this isn't the brush that I favour out of this set. The rest of the set I love, but it's too big for me. I think this eye looks okay. This eye I'm not so keen on. Can we use fingers? Is that allowed? Okay, slightly messy, but it's okay. So next up I'm going to go in with the EO2, which is a blending brush, but it's quite detailed. I think we'll be fine. And I'm going to go in with Guilty Pleasure, which is this one. And I'm going to pack that in this area in the inner corner. And hope that it's going to show up enough. And I'm going to wrap it around the lash line. And I'm just going to stop where those two shades meet, because obviously we can't blend those two together because that won't work very well at all. I thought this is the closest we've got to an inner corner shade. Now I've packed that shade on, I really like it. It's quite a pretty shade. And where the look is taking a turn, it's quite crazy. But most of my looks do, so it doesn't matter, it's fine, it's only makeup and it's fun. Okay, we've got 2 brushes left and they are my 2 favourites, and I've saved those for the shimmers. Now I normally use glitter primer with my shimmers, but I don't want to use glitter primer on my singed brushes, so I'm going to use Fix Plus today. So our next shade we're going to use is this one, Blueberry, and that's going to go on the outer part where the red is. And then that leaves me with the light green shimmer for the inner part. So for Blueberry I've picked it up on the EO4. I've sprayed it and that's going, as I say, in this area here, and I'm going to angle it down a little as well. So we're sort of on a bit of a diagonal. This is where we're going to have the problems because I can't go back in like I normally would and blend with the matte and the shimmer together. So it's going to look a bit junky in this outer corner. So we're going on a diagonal here. I'm going to turn the brush on its tip because that's not cheating, it's still the same brush, and just try to blend a little bit here in this creasy area. Just bring that blue up just slightly. Don't know whether that was a good idea or not. Oh, help. The last shade we've got is Birthday Cake, this shimmer here. It's got a bit of a gold spark through it. It should be pretty. And we've got my favourite brush, which is the EO1. I don't think I'm going to spray that. I'm just going to put it directly on. Yeah, that's beautiful. Doesn't need spraying. These Glamlite shimmers are so beautiful. I do sort of a faux cut crease and on a diagonal with that blue here. I like to take my shimmers up a little bit high as well. Okay, that's the look so far. I really think it's turned out quite cool actually so far. So I'm going to pop off camera, put something in my waterline. I'm going to do a wing. I'm going to use the NYX Epic Ink liner. Then I won't have used a brush. I normally use a brush with a pot gel liner, but I won't do that. Don't want to cheat. I'll apply some mascara and a lip, and I'll be back with you to show you the finished look. Okay guys, this is the finished look. How did I do? It's not the most perfectly blended. I think the NYX Epic Ink liner kind of hid all my worst kind of failings there with blending. And it doesn't look too bad. I think it's summery. It's definitely an ice cream sundae of a look, which is what we were trying to do. And it's just been so much fun. But to finish it off, I've gone in with a white pencil. This is by LH Cosmetics. It's the shade White Core, just in my waterline there. Got Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced, and then Last Kiss matte lipstick from Melt on my lips. I really wanted to go with a bright lipstick that kind of echoes this shade we've got going on here, because I love a bright colourful eye look with a bright lip. So yeah, I've really enjoyed doing this. Thank you so much, Angelica, for agreeing to do this with me. It's one of those pinch me moments as a YouTuber. Like when I started, I never thought that I'd be collabing with someone that I've looked up to in the beauty community for the longest time. And you know, this journey on here for me has never been about codes and affiliate links and making money and views. It's just been about being accepted in the community that I love. And yeah, just thank you so much for doing it. It's just been an absolute thrill. And guys, if you're new to my channel and you've enjoyed this video, maybe you're my age and you don't think you can wear bright colourful makeup, well, that's absolutely rubbish. I've proved it. So I'd love it if you might consider subscribing before you go. I don't upload as many videos as Angelica, who does. She's like so prolific. She's got videos going up every single day. I can't do that. I'm getting old, guys. I can only do 1 or 2 a week. I've got a full-time job as well. But my content is pretty much this. It's bright, colourful makeup. It's experimenting with different colour combinations and just having fun with it. And yeah, I'd love to have you as part of my little vinyl beauty fam. So that's all I've got for you in this one. I will of course link Angelica's vlog channel and her main channel and her video down in my description box. As I say, if you're not familiar with her, don't know where you've been, but if you're not, hop over and check out her video. I can't wait to see what look she's created. I know it's going to be bomb. But thank you so much for watching my video. Hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys.